here Alan and Juliet, senior neuroscience and behavior majors at the University of Notre Dame.
We will be talking about how environmental trauma affects human brain development and the incredible power of resilience to overcome these experiences through organizations such as the South Bend nonprofit Connect to Be the Change.
So Connect to Be the Change offers therapeutic services and environments to youth, young adults, and families who have been affected by gun violence. Connect to Be the Change is an activist organization that encourages and empowers young adults across the city to become productive and contributing members to their communities. They create and maintain sustainable peer-to-peer environment that encourages youth and young adults in community to seek healing and therapeutic environments that assist them to build new and healthy social, emotional, and behavioral skills.
This video shares their unique healing journey along with the neuroscience behind such resilience.
So who are your biggest, or what was your biggest support network that enabled you to keep going, and who are your biggest influences?
My biggest support network is actually the family that I've created. With them, it's just a few, these are just a few. But it's a whole, right, it's a whole lot. But I have created a family of people. And a lot of them are from where I grew up at, and then there are some different, like the neuroscience department, Dr. Nancy Michael, Corey Lance, like a lot of other organizations and stuff, people that have helped pull me out of some dark places. Dr. Heather Holloman, really helped pull me out of a very, very, very dark place. But if it was not for them, my son's friends, and the people in my neighborhood, if it was not for them, I would not be here today. I know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
Me? I was a little demon, but when I came into this organization and the people that support us, I ain't never been this happy before in my life ever. And it's like, I really didn't see too much life as a kid with joining this. I seen so much different parts to life that I never thought I'd see. I thought I'd see the rest of my life in jail or forever be dead. But joining that, it's just like I see more than life than just shooting a gun or thinking about violence first. So this affected my life long term.
I feel like I always had a support, because I come from a big family, but my mom always been support. I don't know if supportive. I wouldn't even say. But she always been on when I needed her to be. But my whole life, all I always felt like all I had was my friends. And we don't even call each other friends. We call each other brothers. So, my community is my support. This is my support. This, y'all gonna see, we're gonna have a picture. We can fill this room up. That's my support.
Connect to Be Change. Basically what they said. Like he said, I feel like I always had support, but different people support you differently. And some family can be a little jealous and envious of you, but I don't know, when you get around people that just love you for you and you can just be you, it's different. And I feel like that's what this organization is.
Open up doors.
But it'd be crazy, bro, because I'd be people don't be understand, I love my mama to death, that's my best friend, but I probably talk to her more than I talk to my mom.
Damn near all of us.
For real,
they open up them doors.
Me and my mom like this.
Saying something.
Be like this too, so it's
right. You know what I'm saying?
Then I'll call my mom or I'll call and ask the same thing, vented in the same. She is the biggest. Her and my mom
communicate with you the right way. They know how to communicate you to where they open up them doors to where you feel relaxed, comfortable, and you feel good about letting it out. And it's safe if you want to keep it confidential or not. But you know what I'm saying? It just feel good that somebody can open the doors that you never thought could open up.
Yeah, she definitely be bringing a whole lot of shit out of us. Like it be crazy. We be at her house having karaoke. Like, bro, I never did no karaoke. I never did.
Singing karaoke. The country music, like who? And that has a lot to do with the exposure, going places, doing different things. You know what I mean? And like just seeing just simple things. We went to Bar Louie.
Man.
We went to Bar Louie, and they was like, "Dang, this is nice of you." And
I never
seeing
been to a bar with 3 floors in it in my life. I come from New York.
And so just being able to see something different is so important, and people don't get that. We went to DC, and like that was. I was gonna make sure.
I was supposed to go. I was in
We
jail.
still talk about that trip.
Is that the one that shirts from?
Yeah. We still talk about that trip.
It was so much fun, and we didn't do a whole lot of stuff, but it was exposure for them to see there's something else besides South Bend, the southeast side of South Bend, Indiana. There is more to the world. And so like that, and then we doing the foraging, and y'all gonna go too, but going out doing foraging, learning how to stretch metal. Like it may not seem like nothing to nobody else, but when you take somebody outside of their environment and allow them to just sit and relax, you ain't gotta watch over your shoulder, you ain't gotta look at the police, you ain't gotta look at the lot, you ain't gotta none of that. We gonna go out here, and you may not know where you at, but you know you're in a safe space. Ain't nobody gonna hurt you, and you get to learn a little something, and you just be seen for who you are without your environment around you. Because when you're sitting in your environment, you gotta be a certain type of person in this environment. You know what I'm saying? If it's, I gotta be on 10, and I have to keep my head on a swivel in my environment. But when I get to step outside my environment, I ain't gotta be on 10. And that feels so good. I have been able to do that. I got to get out of, like I said, I got shot before. So I moved. Like not right then and there, but like years later, and there was other stuff that was happening. I packed up my 5 kids and I moved. And I did not have, even though it was a struggle, I did not have to look over my shoulder. I just had to worry about me and my kids and what we gonna eat, what we about to do, that type of thing. That felt so good. So taking these young people out, we were going to Indianapolis, went to a place called Her Living Campus. And she teaches, Latava Mabilichengo, teaches about sustainability living and different things like that. And I mean, like, it felt like home. But you're out here on 9 acres of land, and she has chickens and ducks, and talking about trees and how dead trees aren't really dead. The mother tree, because it still feeds the ground with the leaf. Like, she's teaching all this stuff, and I was like, why didn't I grow up here? It felt like home. And so taking all these young men and women out here just to see something different, oh my gosh, y'all just don't know how it can change and shape the mind frame. You know what I mean? If people would just like get that and not make it your own, having a negative ulterior motive. I have an ulterior motive. My ulterior motive is get them out the city so they can stop being on 10. That's my ulterior motive. I just want them to enjoy themselves for a moment. You don't got to carry a gun. You ain't got to carry a knife. You ain't got to worry about nothing because don't nobody know you. We gonna, as we say, we can't use all the cuss words, but get up, put that shit on, and we're gonna go have a good time. And that right there, just to enjoy your day is such a relief for people. Just to enjoy your day. You know what I mean? And so sometimes it's hard to heal in the places that hurt you. So you got to get up and get out. And that's why I like taking them there. And it is so much self-gratification when you take a group of young men and women that people look at as the worst of the worst, and you take them out of town and they just having fun, riding scooters all through downtown, just kicking it, chilling, like not worried about a darn thing. That right there, I just sit back and be like, yeah, it feels so good. But some people, I don't know why that's so difficult for people to do. But that's why I do it. That long-winded answer.
So what does your healing journey look like? So that could be like when you first heard of Connect to Be the Change, or just like something else that started you on.
You can go finish to that.
Healing journey. I came out of my room this was right after my son passed away. I came out of my room and there was like 25 bodies just everywhere. And I'm like, man, goddamn, what in the world? But I was never alone. They never left me alone. Every day I come out of my room, there's bodies everywhere. My son's friends, my daughters, their friends, all of my son's friends, well, 2 of my sons, they friends. Everybody is there, you know what I mean? And that was the beginning of my healing journey, is coming out of my room, seeing all them there. And I had times when I would kind of fall off, and luckily I did not take myself out, but that started the healing journey. And then therapy. I started going to therapy, and the first time I went, I was like, yep, I'm finna come across this table and whoop this lady. And Maya was like, Mom, no. So I grabbed them and left. And then Dr. Heather Holloman was like, let me try one more time. And then I got into therapy with my therapist, and she does EMDR therapy. And then that started snowballing into learning how to deal with things without taking medication, unlearning a bunch of stuff that I had learned, and then relearning a bunch of new stuff. And so the journey has literally been my son's friends, brothers, his biological brothers and his other brothers. That started, and it just went into this, and to Connect to Be the Change. What about you? Where your healing journey start, bro?
It will make you honest with you. I am not healed.
I'm not healed either, but
I'm happy. I feel better. I feel good being in this organization. But
I feel like it's all us. I think we all we heal each other. You feel me? Like I don't think
you're not healed.
We done been through so much, man. We done been through so much, man. Y'all don't even know. We done been through a lot, bro. Like, so I don't feel like it's no healing from it. You know, I feel like I'm just glad we got each other, because if we didn't, we working on it though. We working on it.
So when you go ahead? Let me just cut you off. Go ahead.
No, so I'm not healed. I just feel like I feel better and I feel good by being
that's
in
part of
this.
your healing journey.
But it's like I feel like it's never gonna get better. Why? Is because the people that I actually used to hang out with, like every day, sun up to sundown, my whole life, they all dead except for one. I can't come back from that. I can't fix from that. So it's like I can feel better and I can feel good to a certain extent. But that always pop in my head every time I wake up and go to sleep. Wake up and go to sleep. But me participating and being a change agent, it sort of pushed me away from trying to think about that too much. But it's like, how could I heal? What can I do? I can't just forget about them. As soon as I get to think about them, I'm gonna go back down here. I'm like, I wish I was here.
We ain't gonna get here. We just gonna get better.
That's why I said I feel good. I feel better, but
Cause you know
it ain't gonna work for a person like me.
you gonna wake up one day. You could have 1,000,000 good days in a row, and wake up and have that one day you just in a slump. Like that's why I keep saying. Like I just keep saying it, bro. Like we done been through, bro. We done been through a lot. Everybody. So. And then it's like everybody trauma is each other trauma. You know, like ain't no one person trauma. Ain't no just one person feeling something because of this situation happened. Like we all feel everything. One person might feel it more, but we all feel the same pain. So.
About you?
I say my healing started when I finally started talking about it. Like after I accepted it, I used to just be like, okay, it is what it is. But I was always angry, and I just didn't know why. So I feel like once I finally found somebody that I could talk to and open up, and it's not judgmental, and it's actually like I can be vulnerable and not be judged, that's when it started.
What is your plan moving forward?
So 2024, I plan on taking 10 change agents to 3 city council meetings. I'll go on it. I'm taking 10 to 3, at least to 3. 2 of them, they don't have to say anything. We just want to walk in and listen. 1 of them, I want to have them speak about things that they feel we need in the community. That's one goal. And the next thing that I want to do is we go on 3 exposure trips. So, and that, when I do stuff with them, it helps me. That helps me heal. And even if I need to talk about stuff, I can talk to anyone of them. And I'm the mother of the group, and I don't take it lightly, but I'm not their biological mom. You know what I mean? So I can talk to them about things too, and they can talk to me about stuff. And it's like, it's a mother, son, daughter relationship, but I'm not their biological mom. I'm not trying to be, but I am a mother figure. So we can talk about whatever. But yeah, that's moving forward. That's my plan.
My plan is to keep doing what I'm doing. Stay away from jail. That's my biggest of the biggest. Because if I'm in there, I can't be no change agent. I can't have fun. I can't do everything else I want to do if I go back to jail. So my biggest plan is to keep elevating the right way. Stay positive. And leave nothing that don't mean nothing to me in nothing land. So that's what my plan is.
I don't know. I don't know when I'm telling you for have a couple more kids. You didn't hopes, man.
Of course.
Right, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just hope, I just hope all this stuff we do, I hope this shit become worldwide. Let me start cussing. I hope our organization becomes expand outside of just,
Millions.
I don't know. I feel like they need to connect to be the change everywhere in the world.
Overseas.
It's a group just like this. Every city, every hood you go to, you can find. So I just feel like
We
need to
could
get a little bit more
show
support.
people how to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then you got to be like, you got to have the tenacity. You got to have the
I don't know, don't look at it.
it's like a but you gotta have that tenacity, that swag, I don't know, you've got the heart. I mean, like, doing stuff like this, you can't do this coming from Granger. You can't do this coming from the other side of Ironwood. You can't do, you gotta have been through the trenches to be able to do, you know what I mean? To be able to get trust from people.
You gotta be part of the misunderstood.
Exactly.
Straight up.
You had to have been misunderstood. You had to have gone through some of the worst things and come out still unscathed and still standing. You know what I mean? You can't just, oh yeah, I wanna do what she does. You can't. You can go right ahead. Go and do it.
Ain't gonna work.
Go and do it. But in order to have the type of trust, I have to trust them. If I don't trust them, they can't trust me. If you can't, like, and that's just serious. If I can't trust you, if I cannot trust you, you cannot trust me. And I'm telling you the God's honest truth. Don't trust me. Don't do it. Trust me to be who I'm gonna be. You know, and that's about it. But I trust them, and I know they trust me. You know what I mean? And so, and there are things that there's a lot of stuff I know I probably shouldn't. But I can't say shit. I can't say nothing. Only thing I can do is try to pull you back. That's all I can do. Nope, come on this way. Y'all wanna go have fun? Come on, we gonna go have fun. Let's be happy. We gonna go have fun. Because I don't want you to go do what you feel like you need to go do. Because at some point in time, something has to stop. And that's what I had to tell my own son. It's gotta stop. It gotta stop somewhere. Because if not, your kid's going to inherit your beef. And how the hell is that fair to them? Your daddy shot my daddy. My daddy shot your daddy. And then now they're teenagers. Yeah, that nigga daddy killed my daddy. Or that nigga daddy shot at my daddy. Now your kids got y'all beef. His dad and my dad got to beefing. His dad shot my dad. Now when I see him, like, I don't like you because your dad shot my dad. You know what I mean? Our daddies, we inherited their beef. Why do we keep putting our kids through that? It's not fair. It's simply not fair. So you have to be smart, and you have to be genuine. You really have to be genuine. And you have to have come from where we come from to deal with any of us. You know what I mean?
He stole my answer. Basically everything they said. And for all of us to just grow and be
graduate.
Oh yeah,
graduate to what?
With my BSN.
Oh, okay.
BSN. Okay. But yeah. So graduate. And I just want to see all my people make it, like, be good in life. Great. We gonna excel.
Closing question, final remarks. Like, what does Connect to be the change mean to you?
My life.
Connect.
Everything. I be telling
Yeah,
everybody.
'cause it's different.
I be telling my residents. I be telling strangers. Like, when we was in DC, I didn't even know this man. Me and Taylor, I did not know this man from a can of paint. He just coming up to us talking, and I'm like, here. And I gave him my resume. I didn't even know he was a book writer. He wrote a whole famous book or whatever. And I just be telling everybody about it because I feel like everybody should know. Like, they see it, or they see the pictures of people that's in it, and they be like, oh, they just automatically push it to the side. Like, no, you don't know the work and dedication that's behind Connecting Me to Change. And I feel like that's the part that everybody needs to see. y'all need, like, we are a family. Like, we go out, we do stuff, we help the community, but that's the stuff that they don't see, and that's what they need to see. So it mean everything to me. I tell everybody.
It's a family. Connected to Change is a family. Everybody has their roles, their parts that they play, you know what I mean? But we're one big family, and it's genuine. And then if you gotta move around because some people grow out the family, then hey, but we're still here. We don't give up. I ain't giving up on nobody. I don't want nobody giving up on me. And so Connect to Be the Change is like, it's one big family. It's not no big eyes and little U's. Yes, I'm the co-founder of Connect to Be the Change. But Connect to Be the Change wouldn't be Connect to Be the Change if it wasn't none of them. We wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? So it's one big family. And there's no big
dysfunctional family.
We are a happy dysfunctional family. It's not a organization where the president and the vice president we all presidents and vice presidents and board members. It's all of us. We're all together. And when somebody if there's a disagreement, it's a disagreement. We can come back from that. If I cannot talk to you, because he be getting on my nerves sometimes, and
Thomas, you be man.
He be blowing me. Yeah. No, but if there's a disagreement, it's a disagreement. So what? Okay, we ain't agree. All right, leave it at that. We don't agree. Or you done got on my nerves. Now go and you little space. Man, I missed you. I miss my little woogers. You know what I mean? So like that's us. That's Connect to Be the Change. And it don't matter who you are. You come right on in. Come on, girl.
All this information can be a lot to take in, so always remember that the developmental differences in the brain are adaptations for early survival. It takes incredible strength for humans to even survive in the environment of ACEs and gun violence. Therefore, the developing brain adapts to provide the best chances for survival.
Looking at these various studies can offer a much broader explanation as to why the brain adapts to a variety of early adverse experiences. In general, no matter the specific experience or ACE, early brain adaptations appear to work to protect the young brain by decreasing the likelihood that the adversive experience will reach the brain's consciousness. Thinking about how vulnerable and dependent young systems are with the care and environment around them, this adaptation makes sense as a way to reconcile a dangerous world with the need to find a way to survive in an environment that a young human has no power to change.
If one grows up surrounded by constant threat, the brain develops to manage the stressors of its world. It can become hard to turn off feelings of unsafeness. So a lot of people, as they age, walk around feeling like they are at the edge all the time, even when there's nothing threatening in the environment. What were once necessary strategies for survival when we were young can begin to work against us as we age. But remember, we are not broken. We have adapted. Once we are aware of this adaptation, we can thank our younger selves for being so strong and surviving some really hard stuff. And then we also get a choice. We can ask ourselves, is this the life we want to live? If we want to make changes in our lives, there's always hope in our brain's neuroplasticity, our brain's ability to change with learning, effort, and persistence.
One source of great hope is in human brain plasticity, the brain's ability to change itself. While younger brains are incredibly plastic, the human brain maintains plasticity throughout its entire life, meaning that, with intention, patience, and persistence, the adult brain can be rewired to think and act differently from that in the past. Easy examples of brain's plasticity are learning new information, or developing a skill, such as a baseball swing or playing the violin. Brain plasticity also allows us to develop a resilient brain and overcome past trauma to thrive in everyday life.
Resilience is the ability to recover from adversity and pursue our future goals, despite challenges along the way. And it turns out, resilience actually requires hardship, because our future resilience grows from the depth and diversity of our past hardship, but not without the hard work and supportive relationships along the way that are needed to turn the pain into power. One of the best ways to build resilience is through relationships with the people in your life. Who are the people you know you can depend on? Why? What behaviors do they consistently demonstrate to let you know that they are reliable? Who are the people in your life you can be truly honest with? How often do you take that chance?
One way individuals and community organizations can help build resilience is through practices of trauma-informed care. Trauma-informed care started as an organizational framework to acknowledge that any person may have experienced trauma, and to shift from blaming statements like, "What's wrong with you?" to curiosity questions like, "What happened to you?" The 6 principles of trauma-informed care include safety, trustworthiness and transparency, peer support, collaboration and mutuality, empowerment and respecting the voice and choice of the participant, and respecting cultural, historical, and gender issues. Trauma-informed care meets people where they are at in their healing journey and focuses on developing positive coping strategies and habits.
A great way to support the development of our personal and community resilience is applying these 6 principles to the way we think about our own behaviors, both how we show up for ourselves and how we show up for others. For example, do we feel safe? If yes, what about where we are at or who we are with that helps us feel safety? Where is that power coming from? If not, what about where we are at or who we are with might be activating these feelings of threat? What power do we have to remove ourselves from that situation or person? And who can we turn to help reestablish our sense of felt safety? Am I trustworthy? Do I follow through on commitments I make to myself? Do I follow through on commitments I make to others? Are there people in my life that are trustworthy? How can I ask them about their history or how they've grown from their past experiences to help get them to be the person that they are today?
These are just a few examples of how each of these trauma-informed care principles can be applied to directly our lives and help us develop the resilience of ourselves and our community. Overall, humans are relational and interdependent beings, which means that we rely on each other for a community of support and love. The closer our trusting relationships, the more resilient we become. Social cohesion is a fancy way of talking about the strength of relationships and the sense of solidarity among members of a community.
Perhaps it is not surprising that social cohesion plays an important role in resilience. For example, a study of trauma-exposed individuals shows that those with high social cohesion had significantly less incidences of PTSD disorder in the past year than those with low social cohesion. Ways to build social cohesion include seeking and practicing positive social connections, bonding with others, and addressing systemic barriers and discrimination in communities. If you remember those 6 principles of trauma-informed care, you'll see a lot of overlap between those principles and practices that build upon social cohesion.
Additionally, another key concept is collective mindset, which is when social cohesion among neighbors is combined with a willingness to intervene on behalf of the common good. Communities with a collective mindset are associated with reduction in community violence. And Connect to Be the Change is a stellar example of an organization working to build a community of social cohesion and collective mindset for the individuals in South Bend. The members of Connect to Be the Change are called change agents and are any person in the community who is trying to make a positive change.
Change agents come from any and all situations, and everyone has something that they can bring to the table. Connect to Be the Change realizes the importance of community in enacting real change, and the change agents are committed to providing support and guidance to each other when needed. Connect to Be the Change tirelessly works to develop a tight-knit community among individuals who have experienced great harm. The strategies of Connect to Be the Change work to provide the safe spaces that human brains need to learn alternatives to violence. These spaces offer people the chance to learn how to turn off the sympathetic pathways and develop their brain and body's ability to build the strength of parasympathetic pathways needed to choose alternatives to violence. The hope is that these strategies, along with others in the community, can contribute to developing safe and vibrant neighborhoods.
Connect to be the Change empowers change agents through a variety of different strategies. For example, out-of-town trips are used to cultivate change agents' curiosity and aspirations for different futures outside of the cycle of violence in South Bend. Traveling outside of these environments that trigger gut feelings of unsafety allow change agents to feel completely safe, which is instrumental in realizing their potential.
Connect to be the Change also offers therapeutic services that seek to help change agents heal through trauma-informed care. Connect to be the Change holds workshops to make bracelets out of reclaimed bullets from South Bend as a sign of empowerment that the bullets can never harm another human. They also collaborate with other organizations working with marginalized populations to expand the reach of their social cohesion network. Connect to be the Change values the coexistence and interdependence of humans and nature, and imparts this knowledge through community events and trips to rural and natural environments. In conclusion, examples of high-stress environment include the multiple kinds of ACEs, such as neglect and abuse, and experiencing gun violence.
In the presence of a high-stress environment, without the supportive care to buffer traumatic experiences, a growing child has a greater chance of developing negative health outcomes and unhealthy coping mechanisms.